Welcome to week 4. We're starting out with barrier feeding. We want the pup to get around the obstacle to food. Note to self, don't let mom be easily accessible during this exercise. The puppy will choose mom. So basically, I felt like this entire thing was a comedy of errors. First of all, the pups are barely 4 weeks old today. So it may have been a little early and ambitious to start right away. We did do another barrier challenge today where we put them in a box and they had to get out to get their food. Everyone did a really good job on that. So when it was mealtime tonight, I thought, why not give it a try? Well, it was really amusing. My favorite part was realizing that in puppy culture, it's just a different breed. There's these videos you watch and it shows you how it's all supposed to look. But golden doodles are people dogs and they're very social. And it was so funny to see how many of the pups, instead of going to the food, would come to visit me, like right here. Yay! Found the food! First one down. Now, this one was pretty amusing, actually. Purple Girl. She's almost always been the first to figure out just about everything. So I was really surprised how many tries this one took. So right here, she starts to be more interested in the fence. This one does take a bit. She is so close. I'm really not putting them that far from the food dish, right around the fence. So the first thing you do is you show them where the food is and let them sniff it. Mind you, right now, their eyesight is very limited, and you can see this especially with this girl. Here she comes for some love. She wants some snuggles, so we try again. Take 2. And she walks the opposite direction, which this is actually pretty darn impressive. She tries to go the long way in. She's the only pup who found the most complicated way to get in, which doesn't surprise me. But this is what cracks me up. She comes for some more love. And we're going to start over. Now, she's finally going to decide she wants to find the food. And she will circle around and around before finally realizing it is right in front of her. Yay, you did it! And then she steps in it. Pink Girl, you can't hear this, but was crying and crying, sticking her head out of the whelping pen the entire time we were doing this, so I decided to put her out of her misery. She was crying so much, I assumed she was hungry. Now, I thought she was going to scarf it down. No, she took a few licks and walked away. She wasn't whining, she was hungry. Keep that in mind. That is most frequently the case with puppies. So, what puppy culture says is they are masters at making you feel sorry for them to not give in. She's little though, she's the runt. I give her as many opportunities as I can to eat. This is Gray Girl. She loved sitting and eating the barrier. And then she came for some snuggles, so we started over. Let's try this again. Once again, she's very interested in the barrier and everything else, but not the food. What this is showing me is that mom is producing more milk and coming in to feed them more often than I realize. Orange boy. I think that right now I was reading they're supposed to be fed like 4 times a day. The pups just aren't interested in food more than 2 times, which shows that Stevie is just still producing a lot of milk. They are feeding for way short times now, but she still is coming in pretty frequently. Orange boy coming for lots of snuggles. And then Stevie decided to get into the whelping pen. So now the pups are really not going to be very interested in the food. Let's try this again, Orange Boy. And there's Pink, trying to get her to bulk up a bit. Come on, Orange, you can do it. And yes, he figured it out. Good boy. White Boy was absolute entertainment on this. And there gets to be a point where I've given up on him being interested in the food, probably because Stevie just fed him. And he's just goofing off. Some of this gives us some good opportunities to get a little glimpse of their structure when they're stretching out. And White Boy starts sniffing around. Then he just starts going in circles, goofing off. It looks like he's attacking something that's not even there. It was pretty funny. I was laughing through a lot of this. As much as we're getting a little glimpse of some of their structure, I just decided to record him at this point because he was being hilarious. But as much as we can get a little glimpse of their structure right now, obviously this floor is a little slippery for them, so it's not giving them the same type of traction that they're getting in the whelping pen with the fleece. And he comes over for some more snuggles. And this is where I start to give up because they're all full from Stevie. Fun! It's never gonna go how you think it's gonna go, especially when the pups start getting bigger like this. They're just unpredictable. They're small. But I figured I would post this anyways. One, because it was amusing. And two, because in a week, when I do the barrier challenge again, you'll be able to see the difference. So this week we're working on what is called the Trinity in puppy culture. And basically, you're going to have more intelligent and resilient dogs if you not only focus on socialization, but you focus on problem solving and learning new things. So the barrier challenge is intended to help them problem solve. But the pups aren't motivated by food. I'm showing you the 10-step handling process. And this actually comes from Badass Breeder. It's not part of puppy culture, but I really like it. I'll walk you through each step on the next puppy, but basically we're getting them used to handling because it's one of the most important aspects, especially for puppies going home to families with children. Brush them back, you brush them up, and then you pat, pat, pat. You yank a little on their collar, you check under their ears, cover their eyes, check their teeth. You're going to tap on their nails and you're going to play with their paws. I'm being much more gentle with Green as he's getting used to touch. And we're not going to put Green on his back because he really dislikes it and we don't want to push too hard. That's one of the biggest mistakes you can make, is to push too hard, too fast. So I'm going to show you one more time with Black Boy. We showed him earlier. Up, down, pat, 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 twist the tail, the collar, check in the ears, cover the eyes, check the teeth. This gets them used to the vet and grooming. Tap on the nails to get them used to getting their nails clipped. Although we are clipping them every week. Play with their paws. You can see he's nice and relaxed on his back, which is a really good sign. Next, we're going to show you their first adventure outside. The sun ended up being so bright that my footage just honestly was not amazing. And the kids were out and a neighbor friend was over, and so I was just trying to make sure they were playing okay with the pups while trying to record. The kids are actually amazing helpers, and I am so happy to have them help because it really gets these puppies ready for children handling them and for unpredictability as well. The pups loved the grass. It's the first day that the snow has melted and it's been warm enough to take them outside. And they did great. We introduced them to both the grass and to the concrete. I was listening to the Badass Breeder podcast, and one thing she said is she can tell immediately when a puppy has been in the whelping pen nonstop. You can give the puppy all the different toys and textures, but they need the confidence to be able to walk on grass, on concrete, on gravel. We will take them on gravel soon. You do have to also be aware that you're not taking them to places where they can catch parvo, which can wipe out a whole litter of puppies. So we stick to areas around me. We do have a side area with some gravel, and right now they have the antibodies from mom. By the end, they'll be weaned. So when you take them home, you just follow the rule of all 4 off the floor. You want to take them lots of different places, but anywhere that's public, you're going to carry them, and absolutely no dog parks until they're fully vaccinated from parvo, and your vet will let you know. Thanks for watching the beginning of our week 4 adventures.